Plenty of room left over to store your most important documents. Imagine if a megavirus or a computer failure took out your bank, or all the banks for that matter. Are your banking records safe in your hands? So when they get things fixed and repaired, you can say, hey, look, this is what I had. You have it. I want it back. Is your personal data safe? Family records, addresses, phone numbers? Well, squeeze on over to freedomslips.com. Yes, that's www.freedomslips.com. Click the banner on the homepage for the EMP-proof bullet drive to get the full scoop of everything that we offer. So, folks, keep your data safe for your peace of mind. Revolution Radio, freedomslips.com. You don't need to expect us. We're already here.
This is the people's war. It is our war. We are the fighters. Fight it then. Fight it with all that is in us. And may God defend the right.
Warning! Warning!
We gotta stop them! They're gonna kill us all! See how the trouble you've started? Be they the government, be they industry, be they organized labor, be they anyone, or human beings. When the operation of the machine becomes so odious, makes you so sick at heart, that you can't take part. You can't even passively take part. And you've got to put your bodies upon the gears and upon the wheels, upon the levers, upon all the apparatus, and you've got to make it stop. And you've got to indicate to the people who run it, to the people who own it, that unless you're free, the machine will be prevented from working at all.
Revolution Radio at freedomslips.com, the #1 listener-supported talk radio station, throwing ourselves upon the gears of the machine. Revolution Radio, where information never sleeps.
You called down the thunder, well now you got it.
Right, you tell them I'm coming, and hell's coming with me, you hear? Hell's coming with me!
Revolution Radio. The opinions expressed on this radio station, its programs, and its website by the hosts, guests, and call-in listeners or chatters are solely the opinions of the original source who expressed them. They do not necessarily represent the opinions of Revolution Radio and freedomslips.com, its staff, or affiliates. You're listening to Revolution Radio, freedomslips.com, 100% listener-supported radio, and now we return you to your host.
Hi, it's Christine Jan Hart coming across live from London, and I'm going to be doing a energy reading show tonight. So hopefully some of you will have seen my notice on Facebook, and I am going to do some readings for people that have asked me to on my Facebook account. So if you're listening to this and you want a reading done with using tarot cards and using other cards, angel cards, etc., then please do go to my Facebook. That's Chris Joe Hart, and go and find the note that I put on my thread recently, and just put your questions underneath there, and a picture of your eyes will do. Whole face is fine, but eyes are the most important thing. So firstly, I'm going to go and look and see who is there, who has made a note there for me to join them. So I'm just going to come out of here and go into my Facebook and see what we've got there, and see who needs help this evening. And this is a show that probably won't be hung on my YouTube. I'm just going to see who I can help over Christmas time, who's would be having a bad time over the Christmas time. So let's have a look now. Hopefully you can hear me. Wow, I'm hearing a few sounds that probably I shouldn't hear, so I'm hoping that I am coming through loud and clear. I'd like to get some feedback from somebody that I am coming over loud and clear. So Can anybody give me feedback? Feedback. Okay, nobody around. So I'm going to start on my Facebook with Jonathan Mabberley. So let's have a look at him. I really hope I'm on air right now. Nobody is giving me feedback, so that's annoying, because that would be nice to have some feedback. Gotta love Skype, haven't you? Gotta love it. It's right. The first person that asked me is called Jonathan Paul Mabberley. So I'm looking at him here, and as I was talking to him, he asked me earlier for a tarot reading or an energy reading, and he sent me his photograph, and as I looked at his energy, started to come through, and I started to feel it. So that started to happen before the show started. So the feeling I got was just a feeling of something being in my blood, and something that wasn't good, and that the blood wasn't strong, and the blood wasn't able to clean out what was in it, and that it was highly toxic. So I asked him, was he drinking alcohol perhaps, or was it meat that had drugs in, something that he has to get out, because he won't be healthy without his blood being healthy, and something wrong. So I told him that over Facebook. So now he's come back to me and said that he has suspected candida. He can't process most foods. He started taking something sort of alcohol and applying to the scalp. Okay, so I'm going to tell him to find a way to get rid of the candida. I'm just going to read cards for you. Okay, now I've never done this before. It's probably going to be all over the show. I don't even know if I'm on air, so how fantastic is that? Absolutely not. So for someone that's sick, it's best that we use the healing cards. So I've got the healing cards to hand, and let's have a look at what they say for him. So I normally do 3-card reading. So I'm just going to look at Jonathan, and I'm going to make his face come up bigger on the screen. Oops, wrong thing. Absolutely wrong thing. How annoying is that? There he is. Okay, so I'm going to look at him. Yeah, he really needs to find a way to purify his blood, and then he will be a lot happier. So if someone has said it is that candida, but he has to stay off any type of alcohol and meat for the time being. That would be really, really good for him. So that is what I am feeling right now. So I'm just going to do the three-card thing for the past, and I'm going to do it for the present, and then I'm going to do it for the future. So these are healing cards. They're very good cards to use if someone is sick. Somebody might not know they're ill, but at the moment, John is definitely not very well. So looking at the past, I've got the card Life. Life is a circle from childhood to childhood. So we come into this world, and we go from childhood, and then we kind of sink back into it as we get older. Now, I have a young son, and when he was a child, I did really, really super indulge my child side. And I did, buy myself dolls, and we went to the toy shop. I bought myself a bike, pink bike. And I really feel that I've only matured in these last couple of years because I have addressed my child side. I've fed my child side. I've acknowledged it, and I have loved it and bought it gifts. So if you've never done that, try doing that this Christmas. The best Christmas I ever had was when I gifted my child side. I gave it full attention, asked it what it wanted, and bought myself a bike. And it just really lifted me, and it really did helped me to move forward. It helped me to mature, believe it or not. So by addressing your child side, you help yourself to mature. You can't really just squash it down. So that is advice I've got there for Jonathan to indulge his child side this Christmas, buy himself a present, buy his child side a present, no matter how bizarre, whether it's a teddy bear or a train set. And from there to gain some maturity in his life that will carry him forward. For the present day, again, we've got the card saying to heal the body, first heal the mind. So I really want him to concentrate on that this Christmas. And from that peace of mind and serenity that will ensue, then hopefully he'll be able to carry on with the blood cleansing. Today is for observation. Where does your mind wander? Naturally into fear or fantasy, humor or stress? Follow your mind and observe where it goes to feed itself. Do you like what you see? So, using myself for an example, I woke up this morning and first thing I thought of was, oop, I'm not employed. Oop, I've got rent to pay. Oops, what am I going to do? Oops, I'm getting older. And then from there descended into, you used to earn a six-figure sum. If you'd have bought that house, you'd have carried on owning that other house. You'd be comfortable by now. You should have got married. You shouldn't have. And it kind of descended into pure self-hatred and really beating myself up that I hadn't done these various things that would have led me to a place now where I own my own home and was comfortable like other women of my age that I see around. And so I don't have that, and I can get down about that, and my mind wanders into that, especially in the morning. And I was talking to a friend about it last night, and it does really go there so much, especially in the morning, almost crashes into a nightmare as soon as I wake up. So I might be very free. My mind is very free when I'm asleep, traveling in the astral, sometimes not remembering it, but certainly being there. And so I thought, I'm not going to do this every single morning. It's ridiculous. It's not the way God wanted us to live. And I'm sure me finding myself in this position of not having money, of not having a home, of not having a certain employment, which would probably be either journalism or investigations, it's probably to lead me somewhere else. And to pray, dear God, I know you have my back. I know you're holding me in your hand. And just to kind of sink into that. So you have to watch your mind. And if your mind is naughty and starts beating itself up, really you shouldn't be doing that, because God really is leading you where he needs you to be. We're not all meant to come here to make a good marriage to someone absolutely fantastic, to have a big mansion, to have loads of friends around, and to have everything looking picture perfect with the chocolate lab in the driveway. We're not all meant to have that life. Some of us have chosen to have lives where our souls will grow. You're having a stupendous life like that. How will your soul grow? You'll become old and you'll think, oh, what was I here for? And you'll be quite an unhappy older person, because you won't have learned any lessons about yourself and you won't have pumped any muscles. So don't long for that perfection, because you'll get to an old age after having a life like that and you won't have any muscles. I've met people like that, and they tend to get quite bitter over this, that and the other, and they start thinking, oh, I could have done this, I could have done that. But, you know, to do big things, you often need to have failed first. You often need to go through great hardship and to have a fearful life in certain ways to climb the mountaintop. So often women that have played it safe and have had, and men who have had straightforward lives, they do get bitter and they think, oh, I wish I'd have done that. But that's a scary life that, you know, you chose comfortable. And so, you know, so that has its own hardship as well. When you come near the end of your life, you can think, I've wasted my time here. So don't be envious of people like that, and, you know, embrace your fear and ask yourself, you know, why has God sent me this? Maybe God has sent me this to become a stronger person, to be more of a woman, to be someone with huge spiritual muscles. And trust is a really hard thing. Trust in God, but God wants to trust. God wants to have blind faith. That is good for our souls. It pumps them up really, and it gets them really sparkling. So that is a really good card for Jonathan, and it's a good card for me too. I'm projecting myself into everything here, so it's the only thing you can do. So for Jonathan's future, we have the soul is on earth for its own delight. Okay, so always remember, this morning I was thinking blah, 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 and always remember to have fun, to seek joy. Right at this moment, I have a roof over my head. Right at this moment, I can put food into my mouth. I'm not starving on the street. So I might sit here and read articles on being homeless and think, oh my God, soon I'm going to face that. How will I withstand the cold? But right now, my heater is on full. Right now, I'm wrapped in a leopard skin throw. So right now, I'm fine. So why not laugh? Why not laugh? Why not find joy? Why not do a fantastic meditation? Why not feel joy? I'm going to do some meditations myself and put them on YouTube for people to lead them into fun, because it's quite an important thing. So concentrate what gives you fun, whether it's watching a really cheesy movie or, something that reminds you when you were little, even biscuits that you used to eat, when you're a kid, it's easy to have fun. So, go back to that again and draw on that and try and find the ways that you did have fun, even if it's buying yourself some perfume, walking barefoot in a field, do one thing that will bring you fun. I bought myself a tambourine. Sometimes I dance around and I sing. I can't sing, but I just do it with the tambourine because it's just something silly, but sometimes it's really cute. So we're going to finish Johnson's cards now. I hope I'm on air. Nobody's helping me out there to tell me that I am. That's it, I suppose. So I'm going to leave the health cards to one side because often other people will come by that are not feeling well, and I hope I managed to help Jonathan. So I'm going to go to the next person that asked me for some help, and let's have a look, shall we? Who have we got coming up next? So I've got somebody called Jordan Allison. Now, Jordan has a little picture of himself wearing a cat. I've seen this man before. Wow, awesomely. Is anyone that pretty? Absolutely, what a pretty man. It is a man. It's a stunningly pretty man. I don't know if he's used a filter on that to get eyes that look so pretty, but he has. So let's address Jordan right now. Let me see. What kind of cards do we want for him? I'm thinking I'm going to use my animal cards. Now, it's not because they're near to hand. They're not actually near to hand. I'm going to use the ones that are farther off, which are more spirit guides. Now, I'm actually going to use my favorite animal cards for Jordan, and I am going to check them out. So now he has just said he hasn't really asked for anything in particular. So I don't know. I think for him, it's a really hard when people use filters to try and find his power animal. So let's have a look. It's telling me just to draw from the top of the pack. So I'm going to draw from the top of the pack and let's have a look. So first card is from the past. It's coming up as a lion. Courage to ask for what you want. So he is drawing on Sekhmet, which is the goddess energy. Also can be used for men as well. and that's the lion family, the feline family. I don't know if Jordan has a cat. I might be confusing him with someone else, but if he does, it's a good thing because it does mean a lot for him. Now, for the male, the Sekhmet energy takes its form in fire and courage. So I want you, Jordan, if you're listening, if indeed this is going out at all, I want you to focus on fire. I want you to try and make a Christmas fire somewhere. If you haven't got a grate, then I want you to get a lot of candles together, preferably yellow. You can maybe put one orange in there, but I want yellow candles, fat yellow candles. Put them together so they seem like a fire, and I just want you to meditate on that and meditate on courage. Meditate what courage means to you, how you have had courage in your life, and what it means to you, and call on it somehow. And I'm going to give you a guide from one of the gods that I think you should call on. But I think you need courage, and you need courage. Sometimes you haven't had it, and it's meant that you've lagged behind in life. And you know this, you know that there has been times where you haven't had courage and you've missed out on certain things. So if you just gather it all together, and don't worry, it's just a lesson, and just gather it and meditate on that and rise that energy up in yourself. Do some meditations. That is a meditation that I should do. One about fun, one about courage. So I hope I don't forget. Please remind me underneath, if this ends up on YouTube, please remind me that I've decided to do meditations around fun and around courage. And so, Jordan, just see what you can do with that. I'm going to give you a god later to draw on. By the gods, I mean some of the Elohim, the demigods, the gods that really have been mucking around with us. Some bad, some good, but we have been their playthings like little kittens for most of our existences. Things are changing. We are coming up to sit alongside them. So we need to get to know them. We're going to be sharing their space. Some of them are really dark indeed. There are people on earth that are worshipping them right now, and they are making, wanting to make it a massive home for their particular god. So, this isn't going to happen. We need it for the beneficial gods, the ones that want to help us. Some aren't interested in us. Some we can call on. But remember, they are above us. They're gods. We are, so it's a bit like a mouse talking to a human being. I found a really good video the other day about a man who I invited on the show. He did agree to come on, who was talking about how to pray to the Elohim. And he said, don't even bother saying anything, just listen. And it's true. He's a really smart guy. Okay, so for the present, Jordan, I have the raccoon, and the raccoon is resourceful. And it's telling you that you have all the resources you need in life to move forward. Don't think that you haven't. And for your future, you have the coyote. The coyote is another kind of cat-like animal, but not quite a cat. And more of a dog, actually, but it has the long hair of a cat, face certainly in that ballpark. And it's telling you to accept your weaknesses and finding them healing. So we're going back to your point of struggling there with courage, struggling with courage. And I have been urged to find you a deity to draw on. Now, when I say draw on this particular deity that I'm going to find for you, I mean have a picture, have a talisman of him around, talk to him. Helps if you have something like that picture on the wall or something. And I've drawn for you the green man, and I don't really know if that means much to you. Coincidentally, I've been telling you to put it on your wall, and as I look to my right on the wall, I have the Green Man, and I have in a picture, and I picked him up in a little shop. He also reminds me to go out amongst nature, to walk barefoot, whatever. So that is a demiurge. It is the Green Man. It's about abundance. And you can find that in nature for you. It will resonate with you. So please walk barefoot in nature. Talk to the trees. Put your hands on the trees. The Green Man means a lot to me. So I hope he will come to mean a lot to you. So surround yourself by plants. Talk to the trees. Go and find a favorite tree. I go to Kew Gardens as much as I can, and I have a favorite tree. My favorite tree is the nutmeg tree, which is down by the redwoods. And I go there and offer it things. I sometimes take a few leaves from it, and I have a relationship with it. So try and do that. So I hope I've helped you, Jordan. So I don't even know if this show's actually on air, but I'm carrying on. Okay, so my next person, let's move on to my next person. Right, I'm going to have to go back into damn Facebook that threw me out. So back into Facebook. Let me see who I have got next. So coming up next, I have got... Now, why is that man going in here? Where's the chat page? This is a Japanese. I hope I've got that right. Japanese, maybe Chinese. Excuse my complete ignorance of that part of the world. A young man called Yojawal Lamchangaran. Hi, Christine. I wanted to know why I'm still single, alone with no money, and still not trying to get out of this situation. So he's not moving, but he's wondering why that he isn't moving, which is quite an interesting point. I've suffered emotional abuse. I have to learn to become a miserable person I've learned to become a miserable person for my family. Okay, so he's underachieved to please his family, to be a whipping dog for his family. I know that. Hope you're doing it next room. I'm doing this, okay? I hope I'm on air, but perhaps I'm not. So I'm going to go to your Facebook page, and you have a big Chinese. Gosh, excuse my complete ignorance of not knowing where you come from. Let me see. Now I'm going to try and find a picture of you. Not doing very well. Let's go to the top. No, I'm not doing very well at all. There isn't any pictures of you. There really isn't any pictures of you. How will I do this then? Oh my good Lord. Let's have a look. Oh no. Okay. Okay, so there he is there, and he's also told me I'm on air. Thank you. There's someone out there listening. So fantastic. Okay, one sec. I'm going to ask him a question. Okay, so now I actually have a picture of him in front of me. How silly. I've been looking for him, and he's right in front of me. So I'm just going to wait to see if he replies to my comment here. And I'm also going to ask him where he comes from. So I hope he's listening. Where are you from? This will help me a little bit. Not really super much, but it will help me a little bit. He's gone again. So I hope... Okay, he's gone. Okay, so he's really young. He's super, super young. Looks a really happy, friendly boy. So I'm just going to meditate. See with my glasses. Is he coming back to me about where is he? No, he's not coming back to me yet. Okay. He looks really happy. It's hard to believe that he is a miserable person. So he's saying I've learned to become miserable for my family. So presumably when this picture was taken, the family were out of sight. So you let your happy self come out. You've got a lot of childlike energy, a lot of strength, I see someone, I don't see someone weak at all. I see someone really, really strong. But obviously you see yourself as miserable, and you see yourself as not moving forward. I think the problem is your self-image, that you are not seeing yourself as the person you are. So let me see. I'm not really sure what I want to do with you. I kind of feel like doing tarot, and I kind of feel like maybe doing a cosmic ordering, but I kind of don't feel like doing the tarot. I've got in front of me, oops, and I don't know where you come from quite, but I've also got some fairy cards here that might help. So I'm just going to go through them all a little bit quickly. So shuffling these fairy cards, these are Brian Froud fairy cards, and you asked a question about being single, so I'm going to ask these cards why you're single. So these are the Brian Froud fairy cards, and they're just really awesome. So they've called out to me to use them. So in the past, I've got Fairy of Naughtiness. So it matches with you. You have a bright childlike energy. Fairy of Naughtiness is coming forward. You in the past have, or present indeed, have a wicked sense of humor, and you can be how you see as being bad, but being bad for you is actually good. So probably the bad things that you think about yourself, ooh, this is bad, that is bad, or having thoughts that bad, they aren't bad. They are healthy, and they will lead to you uncovering your real self. So you mustn't censor yourself. So if you start to have a bad thought, you mustn't censor that. You must let it out. Go and buy a diary, write in the diary all these bad thoughts and let them breathe, and do some doodling and do some pictures and enjoy yourself and laugh. This is the spirit of naughtiness, and I see that spirit in you. So you must just unbottle that. And I think possibly your mother squished that in you for some reason in themselves. So just let it out. Get this diary. Go and buy yourself for Christmas a lovely, lovely notebook. Tesco do some gorgeous hardback, not a plain one, something beautiful that resonates with you. You can go to Smith's, get one of those. They've got nice ones. Buy that. Buy a beautiful pen and write down all the bad things that you've been thinking of, and just let them have space, and do some doodlings as well. And I don't care how dark they get. This is really good for you. Okay, so this is the spirit of naughtiness coming through to ignite fire in yourself. Sometimes if we go to other people with a self that isn't, you're not allowing it to be vibrant, other people can sometimes tell that, and they think, oh God, will I be fixing this person because, there's something in them that's shut down. And so once you open this up and you let this part of you free out of its cage, then you will attract, members of the opposite sex. And you're really young, plenty of time for you. It's not as if you're, there's plenty of older people who are alone and, they're stuck like that. So you've got loads of time, so you're ahead of the game. So present day, we're looking at, again, you've got a green man card, which is tempting you. I've got a feeling that it's kind of calling on you, tempting you. So whatever is tempting you in your heart right now, you must run with that. Gosh, I hope it's something like, ooh, I want to be a serial killer. Whatever is tempting you to do, you must do it. You must fulfill that in some kind of way. So try and fulfill that. Fulfill something that you're going to be writing in that diary. And for the future, I've got the crone. So there's an older woman in your life that you have to work something out with. And And I think when you work whatever it is out with this older woman, then you will heal things like being single. Single can be great though for, till you get your shit together spiritually and mentally. Please, so many people out there that are single today, and it is seen as something good rather than just get another person who's a sticking plaster. You want someone who's going to really make you feel good, not a sticking plaster. There's no point in that. And, being alone and the no money thing, once you heal that relationship with that woman, whoever that might be an aunt, might be a teacher, might be your mother, then you can do massive strides. So I haven't finished with you yet. I wanted to do a tarot. Did I want to do a tarot? Let me think. You were again feeling bad about being miserable, and also there's a job thing. There's a job thing and the money thing. So I'm going to use some cosmic ordering cards, and again I'm going to give you the 3 card reading because I just brought those things up. So one for the past, one for the present, and one for the future. So looking at these, what do you perceive as given and unshakable that you may be able to change with a single thought? So I don't know what that will mean to you, but what is it that you perceive that is unshakable, that you can't change, that you can change with just a single thought? And I don't know what that might be, but meditate on that, please. The present day says if you're trying to remember a name or a word, it's no use trying to force it. You'll remember it when you no longer think of it. It is the same with ordering. Letting go activates the connection with the universe. So ask for the job you want, ask for a way to earn money, and then let it go. So do a prayer, dear God, I need a way to earn money. You know that we human beings need this. We're in a place 3-dimensional where we need currency to live. I need that. Just like everyone else, I need to earn my roof and my food, and I want you to show me a way forward. And put that out there. Pray it sincerely, best you can, and then let it go. And then expect to find an answer coming to you within the next few weeks. Expect it. Someone will come to you. You will be online looking through jobs, and something perfect will come. The future. To order from the universe means to acknowledge that we can create reality with our desires. Many of our unconscious thoughts grow like weeds, but clearly formulated constructive thoughts can produce orchids. So get all those bad thoughts out of, oh, I've screwed up in the past. Oh, I'm a loser. Oh, I've done this. Oh, I'm wrong. Oh, I've suffered emotional abuse. I'm a victim. I'm a miserable person for my family. No, that's not true. You're a successful young man that's going places. So write that down. Get some white card. Get your favorite color on a felt tip pen. I am a successful man. I am going places. Write that on it and then stick it up somewhere and look at it every day and say it every day. And then you'll be on your way. So I've now finished you, and I hope I've helped you, and I'd love to know where you come from. So thank you. Hope you're well. Going back now to see who else I've got. Oh, you come from Nepal. Wow, it's awesome. What an awesome place. What an awesome place with the mountains, and gosh, how absolutely amazing. How lucky. I hope I've helped you. I feel blessed that I've been allowed to help someone from such a beautiful country. That is, made me very, very happy today. Okay, so Now I'm moving on to, there's Catherine below. How sweet. So I must concentrate on one person at a time or I'll get flooded by someone else. Okay, so the next person is Michael James Curran. If my pick gives off energy or vibes, I'd like to know. I'm going to snuff it soon. Keep it to yourself. Oh, well, he's a little bit upset. Let's have a look. And I do prefer Michael's picture that he sent me rather than the one in his profile pic because he's got a hat on and I can't really see. So, okay. I'm going to make that picture bigger. Okay. Everyone looks young this evening. I just feel so old. It's another young looking man. Certainly really super young eyes. I don't know how old you are, Michael James Curran, but your eyes are super young. Super young. I can see the child there really, really clearly. And I don't know what you're asking me. So again, I'm going to just think about what cards I will use on you. Wow, I almost feel like I'm picking cards for a child. So for a child, I would use the ones that I'm going to use angel cards because, and I might also use fairies. Children like fairies. Past life, maybe. Ascended Masters, maybe. So they're all shouting at me right now. I think I will go to the Gods and Titans for you. I'm so much you as a child that I can't concentrate on trying to help you as a man. But maybe I will be able to reconcile those two things. So I am going to see if any of the gods want to help you right now. So I'm going to ask them. I'm asking them on your behalf how would they like to help. So I'm just going to use a really large piece of selenite. So I'm going to put that close to me to try and help me here. I think you're in need of help, and I don't know in what way. I think you're really, really missing someone, and I don't know who that is. I don't know if you lost someone when you were younger, but you lost someone, and it's hurt you to a certain extent. It's really, was it a love or was it a parent? But it's really impacted on you quite massively, which is making me put down these cards and pick up another set of cards. I did reach for the angel, but now I'm just reaching for angel therapy because I'm just feeling you're really missing someone, and it's dragged down your life to a certain extent, and you need to heal that wound of missing whoever that is, because it really is weighing you down and stopping you from moving. And you're talking about death. So now I don't know if there's anybody. Now I was drawn to pick up a crystal. I don't know if there is somebody who is trying to come through from the other side. Let me see. Yeah, I'm getting a yes. I'm getting a yes that somebody is wanting to come through from the other side. Now this is a person that and they're very excited. This is the first time you've done this, first time you've tried to contact your loved one. You haven't done this before. So they're excited, and they want to tell you that they're fine, they're okay, and that they're still alive. That is really big. Still alive. Tell them I'm still alive. I'm still alive. I'm not dead. I'm not dead. So that is the message of this person who is really excited to tell you this. And it's really quite difficult for me to do this when I'm not getting any feedback. So, yeah, I'm just getting this. So the person that's passed over, they're really, really excited, too excited to give me a message. Really, I can't stress how excited to connect to you. Just massively, massively excited. So I can't even get a look at them or hear them properly because I just, at the end of the passageway, there's just too much excitement going on. But it's a good thing. It's happy. It's happy. It's coming to you. It's happy. So I would advise you to go to mediums, go to spiritualists, and try to connect. But you can do it yourself. You can do it yourself. Talk to this person that is still alive. That's a big message to you. I'm still alive. So someone who's very happy that you've heard that. Okay, so I'm going to go to the angel therapy now. I don't feel like going to the angel therapy anymore because I feel like you've been given something that has been important. So I'm going to go to these compassionate angel cards, which are more lighter. They're lighter, they're more healing, which I think will be better for you. So I'm going to look at the past, and I'm going to try and give you a Christmas reading. This Christmas is important to you in some kind of way. You might not think it is, but it is. I'd like you to go and get a tree from wherever, however cheap. There's plenty around, even if it's a teensy one. I'd like you to go and get a tree, and it'd be great if it were to light up in some form or other. I know it's difficult if you can't afford lights, whatever, but do that, please. You'll know why after you've done it. So go and get a tree, please. Okay, so the past, looking at power, you are reminded that your essence is divine. So let no one diminish you, Michael. When you feel totally serene and at peace, you are powerful, for no one can upset or influence you. Your angel guidance is to find your still, quiet center, then heal your anger, purify your emotions, rely on your own judgment, and take your own decisions. It serves your spiritual growth to take responsibility for your life, Michael. So stand on your own 2 feet and be strong, Michael. True power is based on your self-worth and confidence. To get yours moving up, get that tree, get it lit up. Why don't you deserve a tree? You deserve a tree. And current joy springs from a sense of connection to the divine, to God. So try to go to church if you can. You know, church is all organised religion nonsense, but just go in and look at a crib. It's nice. You know, I know a church. I absolutely hate the parish priest. I could murder him. But I like this church. I like the smell. I like the smell of frankincense. I like to go in there. He's not going to stop me from going in there. I probably even hate everyone that goes in there, but I'm going to go in there at bloody Christmas. So try and do something like that, and pray to God wherever. Walk barefoot in nature. Become aware of the wonder of creation. You know, you just connected with someone who's passed over that's telling you, I'm still alive. I'm on the higher levels. You know, I speak regularly with people that have gone through the veil and are on the other side, and they are having more life than we are. They are happier, and sometimes it's really frustrating for many people who can't communicate with them. It's frustrating, and you know, they want to get messages over and they can't. How absolutely awful. You know, I had nightmares when I was younger about passing through the veil and my son not being able to communicate with him. And gosh, I'm still here. I'm still communicating with him. Thank goodness, because just that mother-son bond, it's very strong. Delight in everything, for joy is a key to enlightenment. Enjoy life, and your future is positivity. When you are positive, you keep directing a stream of high vibration energy with your thoughts, your words, and your actions. This affects others, and they help you towards your purpose. The angels in heaven are aware of the power of your positivity, and they too will support your intentions. You choose your thoughts and attitudes to focus on loving, abundance, and successful outcomes in every area of your life. Your positivity will make you happy. Okay. So I want you to get some paper and write down, I am positive and I am strong, Michael. And I hope that will help you, and a big prayer for you over Christmas. And please don't ignore the tree advice. It's so important. I can't stress that. And I really hope I've helped you. God bless. Okay, so going down to Catherine. Now, Catherine, we've spoke many times, and we had a horrid argument one time, Catherine and I. But it was great, wasn't it great, Catherine, that we had this really nasty argument where we were so mean to each other, and then we made up in the middle of it. How we made up in such a great way, because you said how you were helping dear Carmen, and I said, well, she's lucky to have you then. And you were like, yeah. And you sound like a really nice woman to have as a friend. You bitch. And then, you know, we made friends. And so I delight your energy. I already feel your energy. I've never seen your face. I feel your energy already before I'm looking at your beautiful face. And now it's gone off the... I've lost it now. But I feel your energy, and it's energy that I admire. You are an inspiring woman. You have a certain energy that's mature, and I have an overdeveloped child side, and I want to be mature. We are around the same age, and so I want to be mature. It's attractive. It's really attractive, and it's powerful to be, oozing that maturity. Super attractive. So I'm going to bring you up there. There you are, sweetheart. And you are wearing a funny hat, and I want to bring your eyes. I want to bring you closer so I can see your eyes. Can't see your eyes. Yeah, I can see you. Wow, I love your smile. You have a smile like a heart. I hope you can hear me. And I know you're super spiritual, so you're super, super spiritual. And you are almost can feel you channeling the Sekhmet goddess energy. Were you talking to me about cats? Now, my memory is really bad. I can feel that feline thing. Your face is super feline. Did you tell me you've got cats? Because you kind of seem like a feline person. And I can feel Sekhmet, and I don't know how you feel about Sekhmet. I did so many meditations around her because of Norma D. Ellis's books that I've read. I went to the British Museum. I did the touching of the statues, and I didn't really want to connect with Sekhmet because I'm more of I like my male gods, super like my male gods, but I really, really felt Sekhmet energy, and I do feel it sometimes. I do feel it, it's there, it's real, and I do feel it coming in me. I felt it come in me the other day, and I felt so strong, and I thought, wow, it's real, that lion-like, cat-like. Maybe that's why I'm craving to get a cat, because I can really feel a connection with it. Now, you have a really strong connection with that, and I hope I'm not insulting you with it, because it's quite pagan, and I know you are a Christian, and really that is really strong in you, and you know your Bible. So I hope I'm not insulting you. Connect to Sekhmet. Because I have a friend, Paul, who goes crazy if I mention anything like that. So I hope I'm not insulting you. So, what card shall I read from someone who is really already in touch with their spirituality so much that, how can I help you? You're already there. You're already there, Catherine. You're already there. I'm looking at my archetypes. I'm looking at maybe what's going on with you right now. I think you've got daughters. You've got beautiful daughters, have you? Oh, going for breaks. I'll be back after the break.
Radio at freedomslips.com, and we'll be right back after this message.
Join the Sacred Matrix with hosts Janet Kira Lesson and Dr. Sasha Lesson, 6 p.m. Eastern Time here on Revolution Radio.
Here we free ourselves from the God spell, transform the perverted matrix to the divine one. We become conscious and we embrace universal, unlimited love.
We feature colorful guests and topics such as extraterrestrials, ghosts, interdimensionals, and aliens. We examine evidence, anomalies, archaeological ruins, and anthropology.
We explore past lives, future lives, life between lives. We get into astral projection, near-death experiences, archetypes, visions, and dreams.
Episodes include time travel, teleportation, counseling, spirituality, tantra, relationships, peace, shamanism, peak experiences, and ego transcendence.
Join the lessons Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time here on Revolution Radio at freedomslips.com for the Sacred Matrix, a divine paradigm of love.
Take a look around, kid. What do you see? Homes being foreclosed, people working 2-3 jobs just to put food on the table and still drowning in debt. Don't get me wrong. This country is founded on great ideals and principles. They've all been ruined by the banks. Open your eyes to the banks that are robbing you. You know who my favorite president was? Who? Thomas Jefferson. Because he saw all of this coming and tried to stop it. He fought the banks. JFK too, and they killed him for it. The banking institution is more dangerous than an army, he said. He also said that every generation needs a revolution, Jimmy. The American dream is just that, just a dream. War is a continuation of politics, only by other means. Politics is a continuation of economics by other means. This is our bank. This is our war. And this is our plan of attack.
Banks have become an essential threat to our democracy. So consider this justice.
Thank you for listening to Revolution Radio at freedomslips.com, the #1 listener-supported radio station on the internet. Please help support this station so this battle can continue forward. Revolution Radio!
Looking for a nightcap to fill your listening needs? Come join us on Spaced Out Radio with me, Dave Scott, right here on Revolution Radio. Monday through Friday for 3 hours a night, starting at 9 p.m. Pacific, midnight Eastern, we will take you down the supernatural path. From ET contact to the paranormal and all of the spiritual, cryptid, and conspiracy stories in between. You can find us right here on Revolution Radio, at spacedoutradio.com, on Twitter at spacedoutradio, and on Facebook at Spaced Out Radio Show. Spaced Out Radio. It's a night of talk and interaction. Are you experienced?
Did you ever feel that things were not quite right? That everything was just ever so slightly askew?
Do you have, to paraphrase Morpheus, a splinter in your mind?
If you're interested in hearing the latest information about UFOs, the paranormal,
ancient cultures and structures,
monatomic elements,
longevity,
fantastic discoveries in science,
downloaded to your brain,
then tune into us. Hi, I'm Dave.
And I'm Mackie.
And we are Shiny Side Out, Sundays 2 to 4 a.m. Eastern. See you then.
Revolution Radio, freedomslips.com. You don't need to expect us. We're already here.
Enjoy your
extra big-ass fries.
You didn't give me no fries. I got an empty box.
Would you like another?
Extra big-ass fries.
I said I didn't get any.
Thank you. Your account has been charged. Your balance is 0. Please come back when you can afford to make a purchase.
No.
I'm sorry you're having
trouble. Come on. My kids are starving.
Thank you for tuning in to Revolution Radio. Here at Revolution Radio, we believe in freedom of ideas, freedom of speech, but above all, we believe in freedom of existence through self-reliance. This station is 100% listener-supported, and as a fundraising promotion, I have a kick-ass free gift for a $100 donation. 35,000 seeds. 25 years in the freezer. Long-term storable, 54 different varieties. So if food prices go crazy, the shit hits the fan, or if you just want to save tons of money every year by creating your own food like I do, grab our seed pack special. Just look for the banner on the homepage at freedomslips.com. Don't be a statistic. Don't be part of the problem. Be part of the solution. We need, as humans, to start taking care of ourselves and not depending on the megacorps to provide unhealthy, nasty food. Included in this package is also a DVD with 900 survival and off-grid living documents and the offline home canning how to do everything website all on the DVD. So when you're growing all that food, you know how to can it, store it, preserve it, etc. with all these documents. So thank you for tuning in to Revolution Radio at freedomslips.com. I hope that you will pick up this package and start learning to be free. Revolution Radio, freedomslips.com, where information never sleeps and freedom is one seed that needs to be planted.
What we do in life, it goes in eternity.
The opinions expressed on this radio station, its programs, and its website by the hosts, guests, and call-in listeners or chatters are solely the opinions of the original source who expressed them. They do not necessarily represent the opinions of Revolution Radio and freedomslips.com, its staff, or affiliates. You're listening to Revolution Radio, freedomslips.com, 100% listener-supported radio, and now we return you to your host.
Hi, Christine Joanna Hart back to finish off the second half of my show on this day that's really, really near Christmas. It's the 21st. People are rushing around. If you go in supermarkets, people are like stocking up for the war. It's really scary. It's really nice to not join in with it. I'm not joining in with it at all. I haven't bought one present. I haven't put up a tree, and it feels good to not join in with it right now, even though it's supposed to be about Christ's birthday, and really I want to do something. I have got a crib up, but it is nice to have a tree, so I will be putting together my my fake tree. It's so expensive real trees, but comes right near to Christmas. You can get them cheaper. Christmas Eve you can get them cheaper, so I might get another one, smaller one, to put somewhere there's nothing like the smell of trees. So I am giving a reading to Catherine right now, and we had to stop. So I'm back now with Catherine, and Catherine, I was drawn to pyrite. I went to check on my son in the break, and I was drawn to some pyrite I had lying on my altar, and I definitely did get the Sekhmet thing come through for you. It's really strong, so I'd like it if you did something about that. Just look into Sekhmet and what that could mean to you, and why Sekhmet might be knocking on your door right now. I didn't believe in Sekhmet. I've read Norma Dialis's book, which is really, really good. Gosh, I can't remember which one right now. Is it called Sekhmet? I think it is. God knows where it's gone. But yeah, I read that, and it's got a meditation to get close to Sekhmet, and it's really a really powerful meditation. I did it, and so maybe, Catherine, if you could do that, would be good. It's kind of freaky, but yeah, it's interesting. Normandy is an interesting woman. So I was drawn to pyrite, and I was drawn to pyrite. Pyrite is about money, and I'm getting the feeling that money is an issue for you. I don't know if it's linked with Christmas. I don't think it is. I think it's maybe linked with your children, or someone younger, nieces, nephews, and that you want to give them money. You want to give them money quite a lot, but you're not really able to give them as much as you'd like right now. And that makes you feel bad, but you shouldn't, because it's not really your job to do that. But you are feeling bad about that. I haven't really got any advice around that, apart from to say to be kind to yourself, reward yourself. You've been taking a lot of yourself lately, so it's time for you to receive, whether it's something cheap that you buy yourself, some cheap trinket. Make sure that you get something for yourself on Christmas Day, possibly for the child side of yourself. Maybe buy yourself a rag doll, wrap it up in really beautiful paper, and give it to yourself on Christmas morning secretly, no one else around. Or perhaps some nice perfume that you like. So just to give something back to yourself, and to let yourself off the hook around this issue with helping this particular person, because it's not really your job, and you need to unhook from that. And I get the feeling that you are a really super giving person. I can see that in your hair. I can see the energy coming out of your hair of super kindness, and you're a super giving person, and other people around you are aware of that, and they bask in that, and you are popular, and people around you really bask in that you give out this super kindness. It's often hard for me to help people that I don't think really need help right now, because they're doing brilliantly by themselves. So it's hard for me. So I'm going to just look at past life stuff, just because I think now that I can't really give you much advice. You're super spiritual, and you're really giving, and that is really the pinnacle of who we're all supposed to be. We're supposed to be giving. We're supposed to look to others. We're not really supposed to look to ourselves. But I'd like you to do that reward. I'd like you to buy, your child side isn't really super big. I'd like you to honor that side of you. I'd like you to honor the little girl inside you, that doesn't get super. People see you as a strong woman. You are a really strong woman. So just want you to acknowledge that child side of you that is in there. And I would like you to buy it a present for Christmas. And just, do it secretly, put it in your handbag secretly at the shop. Could be a lipstick, something nice, something, a doll. Dolls are just awesome for we women. Maybe a beautiful velvet shawl, but something childlike. Really, I want you to get yourself something maybe sparkling, even, I don't know, unicorn or something like that, and wrap it up and secretly and keep it in your handbag or keep it somewhere secretly and secretly open it on Christmas Day, and that is just for your child side alone. So that is all I've got really for you, Catherine, but I want to look at some past life cards right now, because I want to look at past lives for you. I got the feeling of healing, that you have been a healer in the past, maybe in Atlantis. Does that ring a bell to you? I'm not sure you believe in that kind of thing, but it was a place that did exist. So let me have a look at the past life cards, but you were definitely something to do with healing. Oops, making me take more than I want, but never mind, I'm going to roll with that. So, oh my God, can you believe that? You can't actually see me, so you're probably not going to believe it. I picked up the Atlantis card. Now there's 52 cards there, and I just mentioned Atlantis, came into my head, Atlantis, and I feel silly telling people they had a past life in Atlantis, especially people that I know are more Christian and they're not really believing in that kind of thing. When it comes up in my head, I kind of want to ignore it and not tell them, but it came up really strong, so I did tell it. And what do you know? I've drawn the Atlantis card in respect to you. So, that's amazing. So you have had a past life in Atlantis, whether you like it or not, whether I like it or not, it's there. Some connection with your mother, and I don't know in what way. Maybe you knew her there. There's also a link with the Native Americans in some kind of way. They're healers. You were a healer in Atlantis, so you might have a connection currently with Native Americans. They're really a kind of super healing people, unless, of course, you came through them, had another lifetime with them. There's often a link. These people, they do tend to go through these different lifetimes as the same type of person. And you're healing right now. You might not use tinctures and that kind of thing or hands-on healing, but you are still a healer. You're a healer in some kind of way. I'm getting the feeling of none. So that kind of mixes with your Christianity. I've drawn the nun card. Sorry, I'm not getting a feeling of it. I've drawn the card nun. So that the healing is probably in your Christian side. So it now might have been in past life and it's a different form, obviously. Now in the current way, it is linked with your Christianity, that healing gift. So I'm pretty sure you know all this. You've got this healing gift, and others around you are lucky. Spread it over here, Catherine. Thank you. I will take some. So God bless. I'm going to look back now to see what's going on. Oh, and of course I lost it because Facebook is absolutely crap. Or perhaps it's my Dell computer that I bought from PC World that is nonsense. So God bless Catherine. We're saying goodbye to her now, and we are seeing if anybody else, possibly nobody else has come forth. I'm going to pick people at random. How rude is that, just to pick people at random? It's not really very fair. Probably nobody else has come forward. Horrid. Let's have a look. I did. Oh, here we are. I've got some girls. So here we are. Fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to go first to someone called Richie. Martian, who's come forward on the psychic healing group. So I'm going to try and take a look at Richie. Oh, here he is, here. He's hiding. He's like, oh, I haven't got a big picture to put up, but there's one here. Oh, it's your daughter. I thought, is that your wife? She's so pretty and young. It's your daughter. Okay, thank goodness. She is stunning. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so I'm just going to clean my glasses off. 1 second. So, yeah, what a stunning daughter. So what problems could you possibly have with such a beautiful, beautiful daughter? So let me see. Oh, gosh, I'm surrounded by cards and I don't now know which to pick. I really don't. I really, really don't know which ones to pick. It's weird when people come forward and I think that they're absolutely fine. They're really happy. What do you want? I could just use the tarot because you look so happy. And what a beautiful daughter. So you must be super, super happy because our children do give us such happiness. Maybe you're looking for a direction. Actually, you look so happy in this picture. You look like you're not doing. I'm going to find an unhappy picture of you, Richie. This is Richie Merchant I'm looking at now. More pictures of you with your daughter. More pictures of you looking happy. More pictures of you with your daughter. Okay. Wow, you just look super happy. There's no pictures of you looking upset about anything that you might need any help. You're really super confident. I don't know. Let me see. You haven't given me a clue in what you've written about what you might like. Could it be love life? I'm going to go back and see what kind of help that you've asked for. Excuse me, everybody. Okay. He seems to be online now. I'm going to ask him what his questions. He sent me another picture where he looks absolutely over the moon, like he's just won the lottery. There's 2 girls below. I love doing girls. They're so easy. I say they're easy because they're very, very open and it's easy to get access to them. I'm not access. I don't mean that in a rude, horrid sort of way where I break boundaries, but just to see what they need and to see. It's easy to see. Richie's not showing up. He's not there. God. Okay, I'll try my best. There he is again. Looking super happy, looking like nobody could possibly. I don't know whether it might be work, whether it might be looking for a partner. Okay, so many pictures of Richie with his daughter. Could it be that he is lacking a partner? Could it be work? I don't know, but he just has an amazingly happy look on his face. I just can't really get access. I can't get access because I don't know. I really don't know where to go with him. Whatever is meant to come up will be for my highest good. Nothing's coming up, Richie. Nothing right now. I might come back to him. Okay, I'm going to ask him a question. Is it your love? No, it looks like I've called him love. I don't know. Oh no. There's another person that's asked anything that comes up, but it's very difficult, when people send you pictures of them looking absolutely over the moon as if they've won the lottery, and they ask you what's coming up, because the joy that you see just pouring out of their eyes is a strong emotion. And if you're feeling a strong emotion, then it's hard to get in on it. Joy is so, it's like it forms a kind of almost like a shield around that person that you can't get access. Now, if it's something like shock or fear, then you can get access to it. But if it's joy, it performs like a shield. And the shield is a good thing, but you can't really see through the shield to kind of help them, because it is, it's, so it's nice. And I'm so happy that these people are so happy, but it's difficult. Okay, I'm just going to ask the cards about you. So let's just draw you some. Now, has he answered? Has he answered me a question? No, he hasn't. We're still there. We're still with Richie. Richie's super happy. Okay, so I will see what comes up for you. So I'm just going to ask the cards. I'm going blind now. I'm just totally blind. I'm getting victory. I'm getting the victory card. In the past, you've won something. Now, I don't know if it's through work. Oh, okay, let's start with love. I'm starting. I wonder if you can hear me right now. You've had something really fantastic happen in the past. Now, I don't know if it's through work. I don't know, but you've had a major success. Good Lord. Luxury. This is all good, you see. You're currently in luxury. I've got the Four of Cups. It's abundant. It's your cup brimmeth over. Your daughter is stunningly beautiful. You look happy over the moon. I'm seeing your cup runneth over. So I don't really know what to say. Happy Christmas. Well, how are you going to help me? Okay, and for the future, I've got the world. So, I mean, wow. There's so much joy is going to come in the future for you. You are truly blessed. You are a blessed individual. You are going to walk towards even more happiness, and you should be helping me. I see happiness for you. I see happiness for your daughter. I see much abundance. I see love. I see money. I see everything. It's weird. I was talking earlier about how pain can teach you a lot, and pain can grow your soul, and sometimes you don't want to have a super happy life full of abundance because you're not learning anything. And then I trip over Richie here, who is, his cup runneth over. The cards are telling me that. I can see that by his picture. I can see a really happy man, and it's also pointing me that the future will also be more cup runneth over. And the card that symbolizes the world and joy in the world, owning the world. He is going to self-actualize. So that means either through love or through work, he will fully self-actualize. Hate to project myself in here, but this is what I would like to do. I'm a writer. I write novels. I've only had non-fiction books published. I would like to have my novels published, and I would like to be seen in the world as a novelist, and to fly out to Hollywood, get my books made into films, and be sitting face to face with Angelina Jolie. That for me would be myself self-actualizing as I want to in the world. It's not going to happen as the time ticks, but the cards say that Richie is going to self-actualize. So whatever dreams he has inside him are going to come true in the world. No, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy that someone else is getting what I want. Gosh, this is really what I want to do in my life. This kind of thing. No, I'm happy. I'm happy for you, Richie Marchants. I really am. Your heart seems good and pure. I can tell that. So blessings. You are loved by the gods, for sure. Moving on now. What's my jealousy stakes? No, it's not. It is a bit, actually. Moving on to, sometimes it's hard if I come across someone that I sort of doesn't need my help, so to speak. And that is a weakness in me that constantly needs to sort of, I'm going to help you now. I'm going to help you. So I can go off and feel the strong one, rather than coming in contact with someone that is strong and is going to self-actualize and is, having an abundant life and will have a more abundant life. Who doesn't need me in any way, shape or form. Then I can go away feeling weaker than that person. But I can gain something by that, there is someone that is self-actualizing. If someone else is self-actualizing, why can't I self-actualize? There are people in the world all the time that are self-actualizing, that are having, look at designers, Dolce & Gabbana, they're out there flourishing, they're living their dream. And, we can all do it. There's no point in walking in the victim. There's someone there doing it. What I can learn, from coming close to Richie is to, I want to be like that. I want to and walk on and there's someone there doing it. I've just brushed spiritual energies with just saying, time for me too. I can dip that biscuit in my tea. Listeners, you can dip your biscuit in tea. You don't have to live a life of cold tea. Go and get a nice warm hot mug of tea and dip a biscuit in it. It's what we're here in the world for, to self-actualize in whatever way we want to. So I have learned something there from Richie. He's come forward to get something from me, and I've got something from him. I have got an inspiring person like Richie that I can, I would like to be like that. So I have got something from him. It's not that I have healed him. He has healed me, and he has healed a hole in me, a tear in me that says I don't deserve, and nobody's out there doing that. Well, they are. They are out there doing that, okay? They are. We're not all limping through life as bloody victims. So thank you, Richie, for your healing this evening, and thank you that you, I'm so glad that you came across me. Ring me up and heal me sometime. Maybe you are a healer. Hey, maybe you are. God, I hate him even more now. If there was a delete button, I would delete him. Okay. Kirsty Walsh, I'm moving on to you now. Really pretty girl. Oh, bless. Oh, bless, so sweet. It's great to read cards for young girls. It's open. And what... I've got a tarot in my hand. I'm going to keep on with the tarot for Kirsty. Now, there's normally two questions for someone of that age, and it's either career or love, usually. I think Kirsty is ambitious. I think Kirsty is really ambitious in some kind of way, and I think she is doing a job. Is it linked with mathematics in some kind of way? But I think she's doing a job and she wants to get on in it. And maybe there's a sort of two pathways. Maybe one way possibly working with animals, and the other way something to do with mathematics. Maybe slightly torn in work. What helps with that? I have still got fairy cards. Fairy cards are great for young people. So I really love those tarot. I just use such beautiful cards. So I'm going to go for fairy cards now for Kirsty Walsh. And I haven't got much time left. on the show. I think she's torn. And I'm also going to do a love life one for Kirsty because maybe that's a torn there as well. Maybe there's two guys because work often mirrors our love lives. Okay, so just having a look at these angel fairies. They're fairies. I know a lot of people doesn't believe in them, but the fae did exist here. The fae, they lived around the Tuatha De Danann. They did exist. They were expelled by man. They don't like man, but if you can deal with them, they can give you a lot back. So when they do come to normally starseed individuals, then you can work with them, but they don't like the Terran humans, so they're an interesting bunch. I can't even see this. The undressing of a salad. I can't even read that. It looks like something complex needs to be stripped down to something uncomplex. Let me see. Courage. Okay, the bringer of courage. That's Fae energy of the bringer of courage to help the confusion of a problem that is to do with work. Maybe you need to take a qualification. Yeah, okay, so one path would be a really bad path, and one path would lead to you not being super happy, and the other path would lead you to being really happy. So, oh gosh, so you need advice around that. So I'm going to go back to the angel cards and call on angels who always like to help young people. Let's see how they can help us. As regards to you, Kirsty, so I'm wondering, do you know anyone who's passed on? Do you have anyone in the afterlife that is calling from you? I think you have spirit guides. I think you really, really, really have strong spirit guides. And I think that they're not people that have passed on. Your spirit guides are otherworldly, other beings. I wonder if they're the Fae. Don't get the feeling that they are Fae. I think they might be angelic. Yeah, they might be angelic. You have angelic spirit guides around you, really, really super, super strong, and you really should communicate with them. You really should communicate with them in some way, shape, or form. Archangel Uriel, he works on the ruby ray, which is made up of purple and gold. It's a ray of wisdom and spirituality. So that's Uriel. I don't know if you have a lot of power. You have masses and masses of power, and you must be grateful for this power because it's really coming through you. And yeah, it's really coming through you. You really have a strong, strong, strong ability to call on angels, and you are some kind of a light worker yourself. I wonder if that matches with the job that you are drawn to. But again, this is somebody who doesn't need my help at all. This is somebody who is quite able to call on their own guides and take their own direction as long as they find the right way of doing it. You strongly have, you must have a massive purpose here because your guides are so strong. They really are with you. They really are encouraging you forward, and you really do have a purpose that's linked with them. And I don't know what that is, but it is linked with them, and it's massively, massively strong. Now I'm pulling cards, and I'm thinking, no, I don't really want that. And I do feel sometimes a bit silly for pulling cards that for someone that is so strongly attached in other realms, massively attached in other realms. So good, so massively good wishes for you for whatever you're doing, but whatever you're doing is massively, massively important. Massively important. Let's have a look here. So, I'm wondering how I am on time. I'm okay. I am okay, so let's have a look. Right, you draw on the Vulcan, which is Viking energy. That is from your past. I don't know where you come from, Kirsty. You've got the pale eyes there. I don't know. Does that resonate with you, that Viking kind of thing, that Norse? Now I've got here Dionysus, the Greek, something for the Greek, but that kind of can mix the Norse gods and for my last card I've turned, I've got the card symbolizing sleep, hypnos, against Greek, for sleep. So astral travel, getting messages when you sleep. You get a lot of stuff that comes through you when you sleep. So keep a notepad by your bed and try and, without moving, write down what you remember where you've traveled, because you get lots and lots of information that way. So much information, you mustn't lose it. So try before you open your eyes, try before there's any sounds that call you back to the 3D to write down some stuff, write down what you remember, write down where you've been, because your guides, they can't always get through on 3D, so you will need them to help them talk to you. So that is the only thing I can give you right now, to help them to talk to you. So you don't need my guidance on anything with such strong, it would almost be an insult to them to tell you anything, because they're almost telling me to back off. Like, they are super, super strong, and you are on a super, super strong pathway to do something very, very, very important. Yeah, they are very connected to you. You have a strong family. So they're telling me to back off, because basically they have charge of you, but that's in a good way. These are super strong beings. Am I going the right way? Hell's yes. So I don't know if you can hear me on air, Kirsty. Okay. I know she can hear me. You are very much going the right way. You will always go the right way. Remember to listen to these guides, because they are literally, they're not like guides that everyone else has that are just absent a lot of the time, and you call on them and they are nowhere to be found. Yours are actively driving the car with you, so they are almost like living with you, alongside you, because you are doing something important. I don't know what that is, but it's really super important. You're not just going to have an average life. You're not going to have an average life. So whatever way you're going, it is the right way. You do have this dual way. You must meditate. You must make notes when you're asleep. So you are going the right way. PM me if you need any more questions, Kirsty. I'm on Facebook here, so now you know where I am. I'm sure I have more information for you. I'm keeping an eye on the fact I'm running out of time. But I'm sure I have more information come through for you. So please, okay. Thank you. God bless you. Jamie Lee Mayfield. Anything that comes up? Okay. Coming near the end of the show. It's the first time I've done something really long like this. Wow, it's really draining. It is really draining. I'm taking some essences to give me energy. I'm just going to think a bit before. I'm so swamped with cards as well. So, Jamie Lee Mayfield, you sent me a picture, and again, you sent me a picture where you're super happy, Jamie, and which is good, but are you like a model? So, okay, here you are. I prefer this. It's a picture of you. Somebody said you look like a vampire in this. I could see you. I could see you more clearly. You're, again, like the other girl, you're really quite a spiritual girl. Super spiritual. So I'm going to use the Fae. I'll use the Fae cards again to help me. You're super spiritual. Again, you're not very earth seed. You're really superly starseed person. So let me see. Superly spiritual. I don't know what you do to connect with that. You obviously have a super hunger for supernatural, and sometimes you don't really know how to connect there. And I think you're trying to find a way to connect by finding it hard. You might, I wonder, I'm just going to have a quick look for you in the Gods and Titans, but you might you might find it interesting to look at the Egyptian gods. You might find it, I don't know, let's have a chat to these. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at these. Sometimes, I mean, I spent most of my life not connecting spiritually. I looked to darker things to connect me spiritually. So I grew up in the Roman Catholic Church, and of course they squish the supernatural out of everything while pretending to be very supernatural. So if you are the kind of person that picks up on what is truly spiritual, you can sense the deadness in the Roman Catholic Church. And it's almost like Harry Potter. Harry Potter, again, isn't very supernatural. So if you're supernatural, you watch it, you tend to think, oh, and you tend to think, oh, I like the idea of it, but when I watch it, I don't really get much out of it. Same with Twilight. You think, oh, that, then you watch it, you don't get much out of it because there isn't really much supernatural in these things, even though it sort of it's got it on the label, but then when you open it, it's like, oh. And so for people that can naturally smell true spirituality, like yourself, Jamie Lee, it can be frustrating, and I have gone that pathway myself, and I looked to the dark side to try and suck some spirituality out of that. Soon realised when I sucked and got something in my mouth that it wasn't for me, and wow, I felt resentful then because I'd spent so many years walking down sniffing the dark side, and actually that wasn't for me. It was robbed off me by the Roman Catholic Church because they do put out this lie. They do make out they're supernatural, but they're not. And so you get confused and you think, well, that must mean that good supernatural isn't for me. Must be the darker side I need. And they do that deliberately because some of these systems are satanic. So the Roman Catholic Church recruits for the dark side, and they do it that way. It's crafty. They do it that way by putting out this barren cardboard shit and making us eat it. So we then look to the other side that is opposite to them. It's crafty. They've been doing it for years. So my past card, I've drawn for you Hades, which is the god of the underworld. So that has been an attraction to you in the past. You have been attracted to all things dark, and you do like it. Maybe still now you like it. So I'm hoping you'll turn away from that because you are a starseed. You have got massive connection to the crystal grid on the earth, and you can draw on that in meditations to come up through you, to pop through your chakras, and you can become a person of great light, a person, a great spiritual person that other people will come to for guidance. You are someone who is a guide. You just have to get that cooking inside yourself, wipe off the dark side. Why don't you over this Christmas bring out your channel your inner angel by wearing white, wearing gold, wherever you can wear gold on you, buying yourself some perfume that has a gold encrusted bottle, something like that, something to acknowledge the angel inside yourself, because you really have got that, and you could be a massive light to people. So wash away all that darkness. It's not for you, for sure. You don't need it. You're a starseed. You come from a more evolved, highly evolved place, wherever it might be, the Pleiades, Sirius. All manner of these people are coming here on Earth now to help the ascension. And so you are one of these people. You are not from the Earth. You're not an Earth seed. So you are more advanced. You don't need to find a wrong pathway now, and sort of, because this place is so... it's like Crystal Man's cave. It's a real conjurer's cave. Everything is upside down. So good is screaming. Bad, evil is screaming that it's good, and vice versa. So everything's confusing and mixed up. So you don't really need to go down that dark road now. So stick to the light and try to do some meditations. Steve Noble has some good meditations that you can do, and try and channel that in yourself and keep to that good side. I like to wear gold, especially around your third eye, if you can. It's hard to get stuff like headdresses and stuff. It's hard to get that kind of thing. But just get some gold, maybe a gold ring, and just keep touching even a signet ring, and keep touching your third eye with it, just to awaken that. The gold will help. It's very healing, mineral. I'm getting Eros. Love for you is really important. I think when you meet your soulmate, which you are going to do in this lifetime, I think that you will really fly, and you will really super fly. You will fly like an angel. You will get your wings. You will get your wings when you meet your love, and this is going to happen to you. So I don't know if it's going to happen now. I don't know if it's going to happen. It's going to happen. In your lifetime, it is going to happen. So, and when that does happen, it will really ignite you inside, and there won't be any looking back. So you're really lucky, actually. You're lucky. You're a lucky young lady. I can't say it. There's been so many lucky people on my show, and I'm really glad, because it's inspired me. Sometimes I sort of sit in victim mode, and it's coming across people that are living amazing lives. It's inspiring me in my heart to lead an inspiring life myself, and it's never too late for any of us to find love. And this is such a super good card that I've drawn for you, Jamie, and that I believe in, because I was drawn to these particular cards. To you are a starseed, and you are on this pathway, and I see wings as well, angel wings, and this is Eros with wings, and it's true love, and it is really going to ignite the power in you. I've got Prometheus for the future, and that is the god of knowing. So you will gain your full wisdom when you meet your soulmate. I don't know if you have already, and it is just coming to, when you first meet your soulmate, you can really repel each other. If you can work through that, if you have, but if you haven't, he is coming, so prepare. And you can prepare by making yourself the best you can. There's a fantastic book on soulmates, and it's written by Ramtha, and it's brilliant. It's really, really good. I just found mine again on my bookshelf, and it teaches you about a real soulmate, and they are true other halves. They make on a really, really high level. So it's important, and we can draw that nearer to us by being the best we can be, and from being true to our hearts. And so if you haven't met him already, Jamie, then that's coming, whether it be he or she, that is coming. Sometimes our soulmates can be embodied in the same sex or whatever, but we are opposites inside ourselves. So you might get two women together, but inside one of them will be a male charge, the other will be a female charge, if you can understand that. So when you meet your soulmate, you will ignite, and that is when you will get the Promethean knowledge, and you will fly up and really, really grab something from the gods. And, wow, it's made me jealous. Why am I doing this? I shouldn't be jealous. I really wish that was my reading. You will grab some kind of cosmic knowledge and bring it back here for the masses. Now, I don't know what that will be, but it will be something. It will be something. There's a film, Prometheus. Maybe you can watch that and get something from it. Maybe you've seen it already. Maybe it means something to you. Often when we're doing these cards, we're just getting stuff, and it doesn't mean much to us, but it means more to the other person. So I'm coming to a close. Jamie, I hope that helped you. You don't need much help, girl. It's great to know you. I'd love to be friends with you, so I hope you can join me as a friend. I mean, it was great. I feel honoured that my spirit has brushed your spirit. Truly a great spirit. I'm going to send you a friend request. I should send that other girl a friend request. I think I've pretty much covered everybody that's asked me. I have. That girl wanted a link to the show. I'm going to have to speak to these people when I finish. So I'm going to my page and just to see. There's nobody else down there. I have 6 minutes left. So let me search quickly, see if anybody else has asked. No. So I'm going to go back and look later. I hope I've got to everybody. I really, really have. And I hope the show has been helpful to people, and I think my sound, thank you to my little friend there in Nepal. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Oh, God, but I will learn it, and I hope we can be friends. And I hope I can be friends to the people that I've given readings to if I'm not already. It's been really enlightening for me tonight, and, I've enjoyed brushing spirits with some fantastic people. And all of you have been fantastic, and I feel really honoured to have been able to do that. And I've really enjoyed myself. So I'm going to do another show like this again. again at some point because I've enjoyed it. Oh, we're ending. So if you want to come and greet me, Chris Joe Hart on Facebook. Thank you for joining me and God bless. Happy Christmas.
Radio at freedomslips.com, and we'll be right back after this message.
Message to our listeners. Revolution Radio is you. Thanks to your continuous support and participation, Revolution Radio will embark
to its 8th year. Yoo-hoo!
Bigger and better than ever. You, the listeners, have made Revolution Radio what it is. The #1 commercial-free talk radio station on the web with nearly 24 hours of live programming, delivering directly to you the most cutting-edge information available. You, the listeners, have become some of our most popular radio hosts. You, the listeners, offer feedback that molds our programming to appeal to a worldwide audience. You, the listener, provide eyes on the ground, reporting about newsworthy events in your area, and you, the listener, are the lifeblood of this station. We love you, and thank you for being a treasured member of our Revolution Radio family. From all of us to all of you, have a happy and safe holiday season, and let's make this new year a success once again together. Thank you.
Is your data safe? Do you have the necessary information to assist you in confidently living through just about any survival situation? Is survival and gardening, off-grid living, medical knowledge, or even natural or man-made EMPs on your list of personal concerns? Do you have your documents and your personal information in a safe place in your